There's a man in the cell eating his last meal tonight. Some of the prisoners in this position don't even finish the meals. Not because they're not hungry, not because they don't like the dish. It is just that knowing this will be your last bite ruins it. It makes it impossible to be present for it. But that said, he has a luxury that most of us don't have. He knows in a few moments he will live his last moment ever. There's something in your life right now, today, something that already happened for the last time, and you have no idea which moment that was. There was a moment that mom carried you when you were a little kid. Maybe you were 3 or 4, maybe you were scared, maybe you were still small enough and it was still easy for her to carry you, and that was the last time ever. There was no picture, nobody made a recollection on the day of which that happened. At some moment she put you down and your life and her life continued as normal. Neither of you knew that would have been the last time. Nothing happened. It didn't end with a moment, it just ended. There was a time that you were in your childhood home, not spending your time being extra polite with everyone during a holiday. A moment in which you were really home. A moment on which you could open the fridge without asking. Sleeping in your old bed felt like resting and not like memories, not like nostalgia. You left for that day assuming that you will be back later and everything will continue to be normal. Maybe you did go back to that same house, but that exact feeling was gone. Because you can go back to the property, you can go back to that house. That specific time is gone forever. You cannot have it back. There are also some small moments, some small dumb moments that nobody tracks. Like the lame jokes dad used to make, made you laugh and groan at the same time. Someone getting up at night checking on you because they heard noise. Someone being fully responsible for your well-being to keep you safe. None of these small moments get written down. They are too small. You are too busy living your life to notice these moments are ending. Now, let me contrast this with the last that you actually see coming. Like the last day of school. You went to school knowing it was the last day. You said goodbye to the teachers that you wouldn't see ever again. Or maybe you just finally grabbed the courage to go and talk to the crush that you had for 3 years. Or when somebody gets bad news from a doctor. Suddenly, every ordinary moment gets heavy. Like the last Christmas with dad, the last birthday dinner. Maybe you just start saying things that you meant to say for years. I love you, mom. I love you, son. I'm sorry. Sometimes they just say things back to you and it means the world. Sometimes you might have waited to hear for these things for a lifetime and it gives you peace. But unfortunately, most lasts don't give you any of that. Most lasts just end with a mid-laugh, a mid-sentence, with unresolved differences. You won't even process that happened until years later, when you cannot get it back and you cannot help to look back and feel the nostalgia, a hole in your chest, chills. There will be a last that you will see coming, but other people or entities will not. There will be a time where you will make the last trip to the bed. Your dog, he's not in great shape. He's been suffering for months and you want to help him, but it's too late. His time has come. You already know what's coming, but he doesn't. So for this last trip, you bring his favorite treat, his favorite toys. You try to make this morning feel normal, so he's not scared. And you're barely holding it together. On the way here, he was just so happy to be in the car. Tail wagging, nose everywhere, head out of the window. He was just fully present in the way animals only can. He thinks he's having a great day with you. But he has no idea that this will be his last. Because you're caring for the both of you. And this makes it a lot harder. And that's the way you wanted it. You didn't want him to suffer. So that brings me back to that prisoner in that cell with the ruined last meal. Your dog didn't know, and by not knowing, you protected him. You allowed him to be happy on his last day. You're carrying that sadness because he can't. And you know, sometimes not knowing is the greatest gift of all. That last time that mom picked you up, she didn't grieve for that either. Maybe it happened just years later when she saw you carrying someone else. But not our losses. Like the last time someone made you feel small in your own home. The last time you apologized for something that you didn't do. The last time you stayed somewhere for longer than you should have. And you usually notice these things way after the fact, when you look back and say to yourself, I'm so glad that it's not happening anymore. That absence, it's its own quiet gift, and there's no real name for that thing either. There are some lasts that are not about people or moments, like the last time you rewound a tape, like blowing into a game cartridge to make it work, a smell or sound that is just normal until it isn't, like grandma's freshly baked cookies. That's all car. It's like driving to your old hometown while it still looked like home, before that diner got replaced by a huge restaurant. There are so moments that you can recreate, but you cannot be back to simpler times, the good old days, when stuff made sense. Life is not a movie. We assume that the big moments will announce themselves when they're happening, but most of the time, you don't. Life just keeps rolling, and it doesn't really care what it leaves behind, so you keep rolling with it. You carry on, because now you have people, places, and feelings that only exist inside of you, compressed, getting blurrier with time. There was a last time mom carried you. There will be a last time you carry someone else. Maybe it already happened and you didn't notice. There will be a last time for everything, and you rarely know while it's happening. If this felt like something, subscribe.